The wind moved like a living thing across the frozen gulf and sang through the hollow bones of the cliffs. Iron bands held my wrists against a pillar of blue-white frost, and more iron locked my ankles in place. The tide had frozen around my boots and sealed me to the earth, as if the sea itself agreed with my sentence. I had been a scholar in the court of the frost elves, and I had believed that truth carried its own shield. I was wrong when I uncovered records that proved their queen had started the Southern War for trade and pride. I brought the scrolls before the council fire. I expected anger. I did not expect smiles. They thanked me for my service and declared that such dangerous knowledge could not be allowed to spread. They said the realm must be protected from unrest. Then they brought me here. 3 days passed beneath a sky the color of old steel. The first day I shouted until my throat tore. The second day I saved my strength and watched the horizon. The third day I felt sleep creeping closer with every breath. The cold did not stab anymore. It wrapped around me like a patient animal waiting for my heart to slow. Snow gathered on my shoulders and in my hair. I wondered if anyone would remember my name. As the light began to fade on that third evening, I heard a sound that did not belong to wind or shifting ice boots, crushed snow with heavy rhythm. Not light steps like an elf scout, not the silent glide of a hunting cat. These steps carried weight and purpose. A tall figure appeared along the ridge above the gulf, broad shoulders, framed in fur-green skin, dark against the white world. An axe rested across her back, and a braid fell over one shoulder. An orc. The elves called them brutes and raiders. They claimed the northern tribes understood only fire and blood, yet the figure paused at the ridge and studied the scene before moving. She did not rush, she did not roar. She walked down the slope with steady balance and stopped a few paces from me. Her eyes were deep brown and sharp as flint. "You still breathe," she said. Her voice was low and carried easily over the wind. "For now," I answered, though my lips cracked with the effort. She circled the pillar once and examined the chains and the frozen tide around my boots. "Frost elves?" She said yes. "Why?" "Because I told the truth." A faint sound left her throat that might have been bitter. "Amusement. Truth is costly in every land," she said. She reached out and pressed her palm against my cheek. Her skin was warm, and the heat startled me more than the cold had. "You will not last another night," she said. "I know." She studied me for a long moment, as if weighing something unseen. "My clan hunts near these cliffs," she said. "We watched the elven guards leave days ago, and we thought they had laid a trap. I came to see what prize they abandoned. You found a poor one," I said. "Perhaps," she replied. She stepped closer and gripped the chain at my wrist. Her muscles tightened and the iron groaned, but the pillar held. "I can break these," she said, "but your body is too far gone to cross the wastes alone. If I free you without more, you will die on the march." "Then leave me," I said. She shook her head. "There is another path," she said, from beneath her fur cloak. She drew a small carved totem made of bone and stone bound with leather cord. "Our shamans know a rite," she said, "a binding of blood and spirit. If we share blood, the bond will tie our lives together. My strength will flow into you and keep you standing. You will not be only human. After that you will carry part of my fire." The wind seemed to quiet as she spoke. "And why would you offer that to a stranger?" I asked. Her jaw tightened. "Last winter, the elves burned one of our camps," she said. "They claimed we crossed their border. We did not. My younger brother died in that fire. The same council that chained you gave the order." I felt a spark inside my fading chest. "You seek revenge, I seek balance," she said. "You know their halls and their lies. You stood before them once bound to me. You could do more than freeze on a pillar. Together we could force them to face what they have done." Her words did not carry madness, they carried purpose. I had believed scrolls and speeches would change the world. Now I stood chained in ice because of that belief. If I refused, I would close my eyes and never open them again. If I accepted, I would step into a life of conflict and fire. I do not want to become a monster, I said. Her gaze did not waver, nor do I, she answered. I want a future where our children do not die for the pride of a distant queen. The word children struck deeper than revenge. You think that future is possible, not if we do nothing, she said. The cold tightened around my lungs, and I knew I had little time left to choose. Very well, I said. I accept your bond. She moved without hesitation. A knife flashed in her hand, and she sliced her palm. Dark blood welled against green skin. She cut my palm next, and pain flared bright and clear. It felt like waking from a long sleep. She pressed our bleeding hands together and lifted the totem between us. Her voice shifted into a language older than any I had studied. The air around us grew heavy and warm. Heat surged from her blood into mine. It raced up my arm and into my chest. My heart slammed hard and strong. The ice around my boots cracked with sharp reports. I gasped as strength flooded muscles that had been numb hours before the world sharpened. I could hear the distant grind of the frozen sea. I could smell smoke from a camp far beyond the ridge. The bonds settled into place, not like chains, but like a bridge of living fire. She roared and seized the chain at my wrist. This time, the iron snapped free from the pillar she tore away the rest and shattered the ice around my ankles. I collapsed forward, but she caught me with one arm. Stand, she commanded. I did. My legs trembled, yet held. The cold no longer felt like an enemy, but like a challenge. I could answer. She wrapped her fur cloak around my shoulders. The bond is sealed, she said. My name is Karga Elias, the first replied. Karga nodded once. Come, Elias. We turned from the pillar and began to climb the ridge. Each step felt surer than the last. The night sky spread above us, filled with sharp white stars at the top. I looked back at the place meant to be my grave. The pillar stood alone, with broken chains hanging loose. Snow already drifted over our footprints. They will come searching, I said. Yes, Karga replied, they will. Not expect this. No. In the distance, faint orange lights flickered where her clan waited among stone and pine. What happens now? I asked. Now we gathered those who are tired of lies, she said. Human and orc and any who have suffered under elven pride. We build something stronger than fear. I felt the warmth of the bond steady within my chest. It did not drown my thoughts. It did not steal my will. It gave me endurance and a second chance. They had chained me in the ice to silence a single voice. Instead, they forged an alliance they never imagined. As we walked toward the northern lights, I understood that survival was only the first step. The greater task lay ahead. Truth would no longer stand alone in a marble hall. It would march beside iron and flame, and this time, when the council faced me, I would not be alone in the cold.